Right now we are seeing this indicator flashing a bottoming signal for Bitcoin. In the past previous times that this indicator flashed a bottoming signal was right here in 2018, right at the bottom of the crypto bear market, and right here as well in 2015 when Bitcoin bottoming out. In this video I want to talk about the significance of the indicator and also if Bitcoin right now is forming a bottom. And guys, I'm going to show you this specific chart which will be the predictor of a huge move in Bitcoin, so stay tuned till the end. That is very important. First of all, let's dive into this indicator. What is this indicator, guys? Well, you probably have heard of it by now. It is the P-cycle top or P-cycle bottom indicator. And basically, simply explained, guys, it is two moving averages. And when you divide those two moving averages by each other, we have a long moving average and a short moving average. When you divide the long by the short moving average, you get the number pi. That is how the P-cycle tops are actually being calculated, but also how the P-cycle bottoms are being calculated. And using moving averages is something we are doing quite often in crypto, right? We have, for example, the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. When the shorter term moving average goes below the longer term moving average, we usually call that a death cross or a bearish cross. When a short term goes below the long term. When the short term goes above the long term, we call it a golden cross or a bullish cross. It's not only in price a moving average, but also, for example, with the hash rate, right? When the hash rate goes down, we get an inversion. When the short term goes above the long term, we got a uptrend in the hash rate again. So it is quite normal in the regular financial markets in Bitcoin to use moving averages to smooth down the price, which we have already seen, and to do that in a long extent, in a short extent, and check how these two moving average react on each other. And if we have a look at the Pi cycle indicator, we can have a look at this one right here. And here we can see the formula. Pi is long moving average divided by the short moving average. And the normal Pi cycle top indicator is the moving average of 350 on the daily time frame divided by 111. You get the number of pi, and that is basically how they calculated these tops. Through the Pi cycle top indicator, which just basically is two moving averages. When you divide them by each other, you get pi. But guys, now it's getting interesting, because what they've seen is that with the bearish cross, with the 350, 111, you get these awesome tops, exactly tops pointed out in the Bitcoin price. But if you look at these bullish crosses of the same indicator, it is not predicting the exact bottom, or it's at least, let's say, it's not flashing at the exact bottom. So what did they do? They changed it. They changed these long moving average and the short moving average into 471 as the long moving average, 150 as the short moving average. So when you divide 471 by 150, you get the number of pi, and basically that is predicting the bottoms. Not predicting, that is a wrong thing to say actually, but it's pointing out the bottoms. So is this interesting? That is the first question. Yes, it's hell a lot of interesting if you ask me. I will explain you why as well. Is this definitive? No, it's not a definitive bottoming signal, especially because there is something that's lagging in this analysis, and that is that these bottoming patterns have been found after we have already seen those bottoms, right? So it's the same like we are looking at the Bitcoin top, for example, right here, and then we are going to add moving averages and change the settings of those moving average all the time till we get a perfect signal at the top. So that means that at that specific moment it has been acting like a signal for the top, but that doesn't mean it will do in the future, because we have found these data fitting on already existing price data. So it does not have a track record of predicting. It has a track record of pointing out historical data at these points. So that is very important right here to say that this specific indicator has not yet have any proven track record of predicting any bottom. It is just fit to historical price action, which coincidentally, or maybe it has another reason, has been fitting very good to the bottoms. And that's also why I would say it's very interesting, because it has been pointing out these bottoms quite accurately in historical price data, which could be the case that we are seeing something similar right now. Like I say, it's not a definitive thing, but it could be definitely. And the interesting thing right here, I think, guys, is that this level that I've been pointing out, 18.6k, is a very key level. We have been talking about it. If we take the trend fib based extension, we take the top right here, we take the bottom, we take the top, we extend it right there, then Bitcoin's price extended right here to the golden ratio Fibonacci level. So guys, this is showing us that this is just a remarkable level in the Bitcoin price, and most likely will give us some form of a reaction or a bounce, or if we lose that level, definitely a quite a big move. So a big liquidation event or a big move to the downside. So this is something important to note. 18.8 or 18.6, depending on which chart you are looking at, is just a very important level to watch. And I think, like I've been saying in my previous video, I've been quite constant in that, in my opinion, right here. I still think chances to the upside for a bounce right here are at least likelier than to see a further drop. But that is basically how that indicator is working, the pi cycle bottom indicator. So it's not a definitive bottoming signal. A lot of people are talking about it right now. That's why I want to bring it up as well. However, it is very interesting, and we might have seen the bottom of Bitcoin right now. As long as we are holding above the 1.618, 18.6k, depending on the chart, of course, I would say there is a likelihood that Bitcoin has bottomed. But guys, what I think is more interesting right here is the shorter term time frame. So guys, if we remove time preference and we just look at the shorter term time frame, I think it increases the likelihood for Bitcoin to actually have seen a bottom, because September later this year is still coming. I think September is going to be a very bearish month. We still have to see how that is really going to play out, but that is definitely something that I'm watching. But right now, when we have a look at the regular financial markets, it is showing a little bit of strength, and that is something we want to see, because Bitcoin is highly correlated with the regular financial markets. And yeah, what we can see right now here, guys, and this might be the most important signal, even more important than the pi cycle bottom indicator, is that we are forming a falling wedge formation right here in the regular financial markets. Ending that wedge, we form a bullish divergence on the relative strength index. Every single one of you out there who has been following my cryptocurrency trading course knows exactly what I'm talking about right now. We get a bullish divergence over on Orion's belt right here on the daily time frame. That is very good. And we get a nice triangle formation in the relative strength index, which could also we can use that as a extra confirmation of a breakout. If we get a nice breakout to the upside, this will unlock bullish momentum for the regular financial markets, and we could be seeing a nice bounce rally right here, which in my opinion most likely, or at least with a high likelihood, will be expressed in Bitcoin as well. So this is a very important signal. If you are interested in trading the regular financial markets, you can do that over on Prime XBT. If you sign up with my affiliate link down below, guys, you can get an additional bonus of $7,000 US. and that is a bonus specifically designed for all subscribers from the blockchain today. So that's only possible with the link down below if you sign up on the Prime XBT, which offers a lot of trading pairs, a lot of crypto trading pairs, a lot of altcoin trading pairs, but also regular financial markets, commodities, and so on. And the good thing is you can trade all of these markets using Bitcoin as collateral. So you can basically deposit Bitcoin and open long positions on the regular financial markets. That is all possible on the Prime XBT exchange. So if you are interested in that, guys, you can find my affiliate link down below this video. But right now, these are the most important signals to watch. I think the P cycle bottom indicator is, in my opinion, very, very interesting. I wouldn't call that a definitive bottom. Definitely not, but I do think it's very interesting, especially if we can see a nice break above the 200-week moving average at 22,500. We can see a nice breakout in the regular financial markets to the upside. Then I think in crypto you definitely want to be longing. Then, guys, when we have a look at Will Portal, we can see that the funding rates are still negative, which basically means that the majority right now is still shorting Bitcoin. And that is something we want to see. When Bitcoin bottoming out or potentially bottoming out, we want to see the price coming up. And we want to see, while the price coming up, more and more people starting to short, because we have a pessimistic sentiment at the bottom. People are like, nah, Bitcoin will go lower, Bitcoin will go to 13K, Bitcoin will go to 70K, and so on. We want the majority to stay in that pessimism. That's basically how it works. When the price goes up, the amount of shorts increase, which basically creates buying pressure on the price of Bitcoin. I'm working on a new indicator right here, a new chart on Will Portal, which is going to show us the amount of buy and selling pressure. So you will be actually be able to go to a website, to go to willportal.com and see, based on my formula, whether there is a neutral pressure in the markets, a buying pressure, or a selling pressure. That is very valuable information, and I'm using a lot of different information inside the formula, but that is going to be one of the next charts that will be added to Will Portal. And of course, as always, guys, that chart or the data of the chart will as well be added to the bots over on Twitter. So Will Portal has an amount of Twitter bots running right now. When the take buy sell ratio has an extreme high or extreme low, it will automatically send out a tweet with that information. So you can get ahead in the markets just by following Will Portal over on Twitter. And of course, it's better to use the website. But if you are often on Twitter, it is important for all the updates and for all these bots to follow Will Portal over on Twitter. So at least you are informed, at least you are notified. Very important. I leave the link to the Will Portal Twitter and my own Twitter account down below in this video. Guys, I very much appreciate all of you sticking around till the end of this video. If you are still here, make sure to smash up that like button. Make sure to subscribe down below. Very much appreciate it. I hope you appreciate today's video. I want to wish all of you an amazing day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.